All right, welcome back to Revival, a Dungeons & Dragons real play podcast.
So, during the break, we talked to people about shopping and buying things. So, basically, when you guys are in a big enough city, and we'll talk a little bit about mechanics and stuff, what they have done is, Patton has bought some rituals. And what these are, is that in 4E, all of the more like general utility magic-y stuff has been condensed into rituals, which are, very specific application spells that you have to spend some components to use that do interesting stuff, like purifying water and doing yada 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 nonsense. You spend an amount of gold to learn it, and then every time you want to use it, you spend another amount of gold in magic components, which is just, blanket magic shit that you need to use that. So, what all did you buy?
Well, Patton, he got Purify Water, Portend Weather, and Anti-Venom.
Nice.
The first two are rituals. Anti-Venom is a brew potion.
And of course, with Patton, the flavor for Patton, that's like, you're buying more like physical gear and gadgets
filters,
and
stuff like that.
Actually buying some like legit Anti-Venom and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or you bought the recipe to make Anti-Venom, correct? Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
and then we've got some money, some residuum.
Yeah. It's listed as residuum is the catch-all magic components. You can play the game like Psychopaths, where every single one of the components is different. So you have like a different component type for nature checks and different types of... That's for Psychopaths.
Some say Psychopaths. I say realism.
Yeah, that's exactly what I want in my fantasy universe. Meter management and realism.
You need bars to fill up.
Hey guys, do you want me to track in real time exactly how much miles per gallon the fucking car gets?
How about you
Yes.
don't do that?
Please.
We're gonna turn this podcast into that tabletop game that's just called like The Siege on South Africa, that takes 4 actual years to play because you spend the majority of it like setting up your army base and shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want this to be. It's gonna be real theater of the mind.
Yeah.
That seems reasonable. So I'm not buying anything.
Yeah, they're
Neither
mostly
is Jerry.
banking their stuff, which makes sense. So, you guys are walking on down, and the city, as per usual, is teeming with life. But you do notice that occasionally people kind of like give you a sideways look, like kind of a like oh shit sort of look. Kind of give you a wide berth.
Why is that?
That's a very good question.
How about... Is this insight again?
Maybe. Insider Streetwise.
I'm a roll streetwise on this.
I'll roll insight.
I'll be insightful.
I got a
13.
13 total.
13 total?
19 total.
Nat 2.
Alright. So, what John can tell, this is the same sort of look that you get when somebody, like, before you were just nobodies. Now it looks like people think that you're with somebody. Oh wait, what was Red saying? Oh yeah, looks like people know who you are now.
Suppose the word spread pretty quickly there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of having a television show.
Well, yeah,
Might
that
have-
too.
I've
If
done that.
when Red
That's
just
right. Has the first issue, I guess, episode come out yet?
Oh yeah, but this is the first that people are hearing now of, like, the crew that Red is establishing to go do some big thing that he's being pretty secretive about is these random dudes.
Okay. So we're walking down the street giving finger guns to everybody, like, watch out.
Yeah, people are kind of looking at you with kind of sizing you up, and as well kind of what's so special about these guys? Like they're wondering what's so sketchy about, like what's so scary or cool about you guys that you would get hired to do this sort of thing.
They don't know how good we are at fighting crabs.
We're pretty fucking bad, actually.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey, whoa.
Elias.
We don't know how good... They don't know how good John is.
Stop typing or I'll fucking break your fingers.
Who's typing?
Someone is. I'll kill you. I'll leave that in. I don't give a fuck.
As a warning.
So
are we heading
you guys
towards
are
the college?
yes.
Can I head
I'm
towards the
assuming.
college?
I'm assuming you are. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna give my bag to John to hang on to, but I'm gonna take out the letter. I'm not gonna ask him. I'm just gonna hand it to him.
I suppose that's fair.
I mean, I wouldn't even think of asking him. So I'm gonna take the letter and my dummy, my fake book, to show to the college dean.
I am right
Yeah.
behind you. I don't want to miss this.
And so I'm just gonna march straight up to the dean's office.
Okay, so you walk through the gates. They don't stop you. Like at first, one of the guards goes like, halt. The other one kind of like slaps him a little bit. Like, no.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a little bit of a smug look.
So
is there
out of the
like
front.
a stain on the ground from that thing that I left?
Oh, absolutely, that is still there. So out of the front gates of the main building, of one of the main buildings, comes crashing out, sprinting at high speed. Oh, look, it's Manway.
Oh,
He's just sprinting up at you.
oh, hey,
Elias,
yes, that's
what
me.
did you do?
Well, I mean, that's a bit of a loaded question. I've been doing a lot of things recently.
Yeah,
Oh,
no
you're
shit.
Good.
Well, look,
You're going.
rec-
You're going on some sort of crazy expedition further than what the fuck? the hell?
Well, science calls for sacrifice.
Nobody has been able to get funding to go that far out.
Yes, well, nobody isn't me.
Gee,
Holy
that
cow.
that bit hasn't changed. That's good to know. Anyway, look, and he kind of leans over, looks at. So this is all your friends, right?
Yes.
How's
This
it?
is...
Nice to meet you. I'll do my own introduction. Thank you. Just let me have this.
Oh, well, all right then.
Greetings, gentlemen. My name is Manway Adelhelm, head of archaeology at the university here.
Dr. Normstrom, and I'll shake his hand.
A fellow doctor.
Gorg'rek Bricksmasher. Please, call me John.
Nice to meet you, John.
Deliberately interrupting him.
Oh, wait a second. Hold on. I'm sorry. You're from the congregation, aren't you?
That's right.
Fascinating. I'll have to talk to you in a minute. And you are, sir.
Jeron Thalitak, but you, sir. You can call me Jerry.
Right, yes. Nice to meet you.
Well,
That's okay.
now that we've got introductions out of the way, Manway, I've got something to talk to you about in short order.
Yeah.
Is the dean around? Mr.
Oh, he is
Various?
furious.
Oh, I imagine he is.
No, he's secretly furious. He's gonna put on a big show of being, like, proud or whatever, but he is so mad.
Oh, I can't wait. Well, let me fill you in on the basic plan. So, do I need to elaborate this to him, or do you just want to save some time?
Yeah, just, He kinda looks at you. Take me with you.
All right. Gentlemen, Jerry...
No, I mean, like, on the trip. Can I at least go with you to Little Rock? I've been wanting to go out there for forever, and now I finally have a decent excuse.
I don't see why not.
Thank you.
It's
Yeah, I got
As
no
long
objections.
as everyone else here doesn't have a problem with that. Could always use another hand with my
No,
research.
I've been trying to convince them to let me go out there to study the the congregation for a long time, and I haven't been able to get the funding yet. But if I'm tagging along with you guys, they won't be able to say no.
Now, you say study the congregation. You interested in learning about Jesus? So I can tell you all about our Lord and Savior.
Oh, please do. In a minute.
Well, first things first. Let's go pay the dean a little visit.
Oh yes, and he looks so happy about this.
I got a big old smug look on my face, but I'm gonna quickly wipe it away and try and look contrite to I don't know, beaming with newfound innocence and love for nature as I.
you were looking as elf as possible.
So my way is going to go. Excuse me, Dean Talnay. Elias and I are here to speak to you. You see him kind of open the door slowly. Elias, how nice to see you.
I'm gonna grab his hand with both hands and shake it and just say, I am so sorry.
Wait, what?
Please take a seat. We have so much to discuss.
Certainly.
And I'm going to sit down, and then I'm going to take out my manuscript, the book, The Sublime Beauty of Nature.
So, Dr. Adelhelm, I do have to apologize for our previous interaction.
No. It was such a long time ago for me. I've seen so much since then. It's you could see it sounds cliche coming from me, but I am a changed man. What I saw on this journey was, well, nothing short of magical. I'm sorry, this is hard for me to do. Keeping a straight face in real life. The birds, the fish in the stream, the light as it bounces off of the lakes. It was so beautiful.
Bluff check.
Bluff check. Okay. Oh man, my bluff is awful too. I mean, I spent time on this fake book, and I've got Jerry here to back me up. So,
bluff check.
6.
6?
Yeah.
All right. You look over at Various, and his look of distress has now faded away into a look of smug self-satisfaction. Well, you see, I knew that you would come around once you actually saw the beauty that is present in nature.
Yes, that's it exactly.
A 6 was good enough.
He's just such a...
No, he just rolled like a now 1 on insight, probably.
It's like you've always been saying. There's something sublime, something truly wondrous that it's just my previous blunt manner of study could never capture. Please look at my notes. You must see what's out there.
Oh, I would be delighted to.
I hand him the notebook. It is full of the worst. If you've ever read The Lord of the Rings, the poems and songs from the elves, and flowery script. It's all in cursive.
He's looking at it in rapt attention.
And I showed this to Red, and he gave me this letter. He was so taken by the hereto unseen natural beauty of this world that he almost demanded that I continue this research.
Oh yes, I'd heard of the letter, but I didn't think it was for this. I thought it was far more unpleasant circumstances. Though I'm very glad to see, really, and I apologize for having to do that, but it seems that by pushing you away from the academy and letting you truly grow on your own, I believe you can be capable of amazing things.
I have seen the light.
Elias' teeth are just fucking grinding as he's saying that.
There's just so many animal friends out there.
Oh my god! Oh,
I will fucking slaughter. Get on my podcast. Get the fuck out.
It's gonna be subtle,
you
guys.
have been waiting for 3 hours to drop your fucking weeaboo anime kimono ass bullshit into this podcast.
I told you it was coming. I believed it. So many animal friends out in the world to discover. And I simply must capture their beauty in a way that only elven poetry can portray.
I understand completely. He opens up the window behind
God.
behind him. He holds out his hand. A small bird flies onto it. He whispers to it,
Jesus.
sends it away.
Whispers, "I love you, bird."
He has a radio on his table. I've just sent word.
Oh,
Uh, I've just sent word. We would be honored if you would continue this research officially.
oh, thank you so much, Dean. I won't let you down. When this book is finished, I assure you the results will astound you. You'll be speechless.
To that end, actually, well, I do believe that some form of advance is, well, necessary, as well as a means of apologizing. Here. And he reaches underneath his table, kind of opens something. Here. And he puts a bottle on the table. Here is one of our finest vintages.
Vintage, what is it? Wine?
It's like an 100-year-old or so wine. Elven wine.
It's called Elf Duesh.
Yes.
I
Can I
will
check?
Something.
treasure this.
Yeah.
Can I check his insight to see if that's poison?
Sure.
Okay.
I don't think it's.
Is this something that looks like it's worth a lot of money?
Oh yeah.
That's a 2 on insight, so...
You don't know shit about elven
Okay,
wine,
I'll roll
man.
insight to see. I mean, I feel like I've got him going, but...
I was gonna wait until after the conversation, but I need to know if this man is believing what he's saying.
Alright, hold on, what's my insight? Alright, that's like a 12.
12?
Like
Yeah, it's pretty expensive. This guy is like an open book.
Okay, so he's just eating this shit up.
He's eating this shit up.
Alright.
He's eating it with a spoon.
I'm going to take it with both hands and sort of look over the label and grip it and then place it gently into my bag.
I thought you were about to say grip it and then sip it.
No. I'm not going to open it right in front. Are you crazy?
A little
I
bit.
mean,
Thank
what's
you.
the worst that could happen?
Thank you, Dean. I won't let you down.
Next episode, Elias lets the dean down.
To that end, I've got Jerry
Please,
is going to help document to add another layer of realism to the...
yes, his wonderful program.
Oh, don't worry. I've shown him the wonders of nature, and he has agreed to keep this separate from his regular programming.
I see.
Yes, he's right.
Wonderful.
I've chosen to coordinate my filming of nature into a completely different series that won't air live like my regular show does.
Yes,
So-
yes. Wonderful.
It'll be a lot quieter, a lot calmer, a lot more elven for you guys.
I like the way he says Elvin.
He kind of looks over. Yes. Good. So, I wish you all the best of luck. Of course, we will also be in touch as much as we can. We can,
Yes.
certainly, if we ever...
Oh, go on. I'm sorry.
If we ever come across things that we think should help you, we do have some research into the realm of survival equipment and things like that, which you should be needing, magical supplies and such. We can send them your way when we
would be
can.
Most appreciative.
Yes.
As one final note, I believe my colleague here, Dr.
Yes.
Manwë would also like to accompany...
Dr. Adelhelm, don't fucking forget your friend's
What?
name, you
I
piece
didn't
of
forget,
shit.
I called him Manwë.
That's his first name.
Whatever.
Dr. Adelhelm.
Dr. Adelhelm.
Dr. Olive
Doctor.
Oil.
Fucker.
Paging Dr. Adelhelm. Dr. Adelhelm would also like to accompany me to the, at least for the first part of my journey.
Yes, he was saying about how he would like funding for that expedition.
Yes,
And he
just...
kind of looks over, he looks at the sealed notarized letter. Just,
From
certainly, yes, certainly. Though, Dr. Adelhelm, I do expect a very fruitful report, then, of course. He, Manwë kind of gives him a little grin. Just, don't worry. I think this is gonna be plenty interesting. Come on, let's get out of here.
Thank you so much for your time, Dean. I realized we were intruding in your very, very busy schedule.
Yeah, thanks, Various. And he leaves.
Door shuts. We out of earshot?
Yeah, though I do believe that, John, did you want to roll an insight check on seeing if he believes what he's saying or something?
Yes. 17.
17? Again, open book.
Jesus.
Talne is so far up his own ass that he eats this shit up.
Nice. So we're out of earshot, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we are going to fuck him so hard.
This
it
is
is now.
fun. I just imagine how mad he is right now at his desk. He doesn't know whether to be mad at me or so happy that you've seen the light. Did you see? We have radios, right? Why the hell is he still using that animal messenger ritual?
He probably thinks it's more pure and connected.
It's more elegant. You can't just give a factual report. It needs to be an elegant report. Fucker.
I am going to grind him into dust.
Yeah, this is gonna be fun.
Oh. Well, that about settles it for me, gentlemen. I'm going to reflect on this moment for a while, so if you have anything you'd like to take care of, feel free.
Well,
Hey,
I'm ready to head out when you guys are.
Manwë, let's pop this thing open a little bit later.
Certainly. Oh, how exactly were you guys planning on getting there, by the way? I assumed that you had a plan.
Something about
Oh,
a train, a car. I'm not sure.
Oh,
I'll give you all the details later
I see.
Anyway. It's best to leave it as a surprise.
I see. Thank
You
you.
wouldn't believe me if I told you anyway.
Really?
Really?
Well, belief is my field of expertise, so
All right,
Yeah.
So we're going to Red's car and all that because I already bought all my stuff. We got all of our residual.
So yeah, you're going back to the. So you guys actually you pull up out in front of the. You leave the academy and you see the car parked out there. Red is sitting in the driver's seat. He kind of gets out, leans on top of the hood, looks at you guys. That was pretty good, wasn't it?
Oh.
I can see it on your face.
There's no words. It's just grinning and heh-heh-hehing.
Oh, that's Dr. Adelhelm, right?
Yes. He'll be joining me on my journey of enlightenment.
I'm visibly weirded out by how much joy Elias is getting from this.
So,
I'm loving it.
is he going with you guys or something like that? I mean, it makes
For
sense.
The first part of the journey.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, he's a pretty nice guy.
How does Manwë react to Red calling him a pretty nice guy?
He walks over to Red, just kind of gives him a hand wave. Red kind of gives him a hand wave back.
Wait, so they know each other?
Yeah, they seem to be cool.
That's interesting.
I'm waiting for the part where Dan starts talking to himself.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. But yeah, man. Oh god, I do kind of have to do it. Fuck, I hate this bit. But yeah.
I could be Dr. Manuel, even put on a different voice you've never heard before.
Woo!
Guy Humano.
Fuck that shit. But
Deepest lore.
Red. Nice to see you again. Wait, is he coming to like pick you guys up specifically? Is he driving you guys there? Is that the big surprise?
I don't think Red was driving us so much as letting us use the car, something like that.
Wait, he's letting
That's
you.
right. We
Oh,
don't know how to
jeez.
drive.
Wait, does anyone here know how to drive?
I do. Wait, you guys didn't think about this, did you? Red, you didn't think about this, did you? He kind of shrugs.
Can't imagine it's that difficult.
I don't want to imagine John driving.
I'll drive.
All right. Yeah, I've worked with Red a couple of times before for some things.
Question.
Yeah, we
would I
go
know
back
that?
a bit. No, not really.
Oh, okay.
All
Yeah.
I can think of is John driving, like that episode of Dragon Ball Z where they got the driver's license.
That happened, huh?
All I can think of is Grandpa got the car keys.
Gorg'rek got the car keys.
Yes, Grandpa found the car keys.
I'm just
That
thinking of a big
video.
orc getting into a car and just shoving his foot through the bottom of the floor trying to hit the gas pedal.
Anyway, you also see people occasionally walking by will just like kind of wave hello to Red. He waves back at them.
Could I feasibly use my magic to make the car drive itself?
No.
What?
Okay, this would be a great opportunity to show exactly what mana can and cannot do.
Alright.
Like, sure, a self-driving carrot, like a self-driving wooden carrot and things, sure, but trying to teach a magic spell how to operate a clutch, like, that's getting into complexity that is way beyond what it would be reasonably be able to do.
Oh, we could put the car in neutral. It would be very similar to a carriage.
Except for,
Oh,
you
God.
know, all the mechanical bits.
I'm just saying, you're just spinning wheels.
One of the thing that you notice when he's walking around is that most people, like, you guys have just seen him because you're working with him, but most people are more or less relaxed around Red. Like, you know, people are, like, shop owners are just, like, yelling at him to come buy stuff. Some people are, like, telling him to go drinking with them another time. Things like that. Inviting him out to do things. He says he's busy. But for the most part, it's...
People are amiable.
Yeah. He seems kind of just like a likable celebrity that's just kind of rolling around.
Which is different from how they were treating him when he was in his giant stadium as a dragon with all his gold around him.
Well, yeah, those people specifically were people who were trying to work with him. Who were trying to,
Alright.
get something from him.
Okay.
Right?
Or who are there in like an official capacity and you don't want to meet Red in an official capacity.
Yeah, kind of.
This makes
So-
sense to me.
So, he's kind of holding up the keys. Were you guys thinking of leaving right now, or did you still have some more things to do? I was just gonna come pick you up, but, well, we don't exactly have enough seats anymore, I don't think. Actually, no. Nope, we don't have enough seats.
Whoa, wait a second. There's four in the back, and then him in the front, right?
There's 3 back seats, 2 middle seats, and two forward seats. Yes.
So 7.
So that's 7.
Yeah. There aren't enough seats.
Is
You look in,
Kobold's coming with us.
kobold, and now there's another kobold in one of the back seats. They wanted to go for a ride.
We could always tie Elias to the hood.
Is that John's attempt at a joke?
I mean,
Good one. I'm going to say good one, John, and pat him on the back because he's obviously joking.
Look, no, that was me joking. We were taking them shopping. Right around this spot anyway. I was gonna leave you guys the car. So, one of the side doors open, you see a kind of, like a brownish, scaled kobold kind of hop out, scamper over to Red. The other door isn't opening. It's like, Emily, come on now. She doesn't want to get out of the car.
Oh no.
He kind of starts muttering, what Elias recognizes as draconic.
Oh, okay.
Like, she kind of chatters back at him. I can't do draconic.
Okay.
I don't know what that even fucking sounds like. But they're kind of chattering back at each other.
Of clicks.
It sounds
Hooly
like
bully.
general scale.
Fuck off!
I saw it coming, but it's still so fucking good.
Krazoa Palace!
We were all thinking it.
Motherfuckers! But he kind of gets out of the door, kind of puts his arm up on top again. She wants to go with you guys and is very adamant about it.
Really?
Well, yeah.
She
says that you guys...
Or...
Yeah, you gave her food or something and now she really likes you guys.
Is that safe?
No. Not in the slightest. Look, it'll take a second for me to convince her.
We can't take the kobold with us.
Yeah. However...
It's too dangerous.
Yes. So, it'll take a second for me to convince her. Just wait just a moment. More chattering. She kind of reluctantly opens the door, looks over at you guys, sadly walks over to Red.
Aww.
He chucks Manway the keys, and we grabs
Does
them.
Manway catch the keys?
He attempts to. He
Does
holds his
Jack
hand up,
catch
like,
the
you know,
keys?
for the no-look grab. They kind of bounce off of his hand, clatter. Or he kind of just looks at him like, come on, man.
Cool.
The Manway looks a little bit flustered, like, scampers back, grabs the keys. Alright.
Manway wants to be cool.
Let's get going, guys.
Yes. Oh, I don't have anything more to do, so if you would like to drive, Manway, that sounds quite agreeable to me.
Yeah,
in the car.
it's gonna take us a bit to get to wherever we're going, which you guys still haven't told me, but,
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, my man.
wait, what?
We're going to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to meet the steel drivers.
So all the doors are closed. The hell did you just say?
Wait, is everybody in the car now?
Are you all in the car?
I mean, I
got in the car.
He's taking the car.
I'm gonna rush into the car and get in his ear. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to meet the steel drivers. Let's go.
Fun.
Down swivels.
Oh, this just got a lot more fun.
Don't worry. They know.
All right.
It's okay.
It is?
Buckle up for safety.
Who are
everyone.
the steel drivers?
Some people I did some work for back in the day.
You worked for them?
Yeah, some PI work, some fluff stories.
Oh jeez. Well, at least they don't hate us.
I mean, not yet. Just kidding. Let's go.
Alright. Yeah, it'll take us a little bit to get out of New York. While we're stopped anywhere, I can teach some of you guys how to drive, whoever wants to, as well. It's not that hard.
Is
See
this
what
a
I tell
manual?
you.
No.
Okay. Well, that's not
Alright,
in
I
character,
wanna-
but you know.
Yeah.
I definitely want to learn.
Yeah. So,
Can't be that hard. I'll take a go at it.
I'm
Yeah.
not really interested.
yeah, you guys start driving along. Elias, so...
Mhm.
I thought, adventure. I've done a couple of these sort of things before. He's looking in the rearview mirror, or are you in the passengers, like the front passenger seat?
If Manway's driving, I'd be in the passenger seat.
Okay. But, well, you see, you probably looked up, when you were, like learning more about this place in the 2 weeks that you were here.
Mm-hmm.
You probably heard about trains and things like that, other forms of transportation, like the car that we're sitting in right now.
Big metal carriages of some sort.
Yeah. Basically, think of them like rogue artificers. They're unpredictable is the thing. They're really interesting. They're really interesting because they're trying to emulate the styles and customs of the humans that lived here before. They're a bunch of disaffected youths.
I mean, that seems
they're throwing away
far
like
out of the ordinary to me.
Throwing away their like old elven and orcish names and things in favor of nicknames and call signs and aliases that relate to some field of expertise of theirs. Primarily, they're interested in forms of mass transportation as a means of smuggling goods, people occasionally, from what I've heard, and are known to obtain their funding in whatever means that they deem necessary, as long as they deem the people that they're taking the goods from as people they don't like. And their list of rules for such a thing are, well, they don't exist because they aren't actually a real group. In the same way that, well, basically, anybody can call themselves a highwayman, anybody can call themselves a steel driver as long as you get a train running.
That's a mighty interesting comparison.
Yeah, that's about the tall and short of it.
Oh, I mean, doesn't seem too out of the ordinary. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah,
we'll be
plus, man, we're on the good side. Or rather, their good side.
Are you? Are all
You're
of
on
us?
the good side.
I don't know if we count. Yeah.
And I can vouch for you guys. I mean, none of you have ever tried to backstab me yet, so I think we're gonna be just fine when we get there.
Yeah, just don't piss them off.
Oh, that's not really up to me.
That's reassuring.
This entire time, the car is like jolting as me and John are taking turns trying to learn how to drive this fucking
Yeah.
car.
So montage
John
sequence of attempting to learn how to drive on like straightaways and things like that. You're taking a pretty straight route across I-78. Here you guys go. Here's that route. This is more or less the route you'd be following. You could also go up I-80 to I-9 to 99. Yeah, in terms of interesting scenery along the way, since you're mostly just, driving along, you see that the further out west you get, right, as you start going a bit, the less clear roads and such are. So you do occasionally have to like jump off of the highway onto an old, less used local road to then get back on when a like something like a big truck is overturned that nobody's cleared off yet. Also, of note, what Jeron, is that typically not much is going on in Pittsburgh that's good, right?
Yeah, it's a pretty shady area. Right.
Yeah, in terms of areas of industry, mostly things along the north coast. Like, the northern route into New York is the stuff that people are mostly actually settled in. So, like places like Toledo and Cleveland have some amount of legitimate activity in them. But Pittsburgh is one of the spots that's kind of been taken over by the steel drivers and some other just less scrupulous groups, right? But primarily them. It's kind of one of their main bases. Basically, you're going into like, you know, an Old West style gang town, kind of. In an old outlaw town.
Okay.
Right? Jeez. So, you know, driving along. Is there anything in particular that anybody is looking for while you're driving?
Interesting nature stuff out the window. That's
Okay.
I'm looking for nature.
Yeah,
I'll see if there's like any.
Let's see. So the where would we stop going from frequented areas to, or is this whole section here still pretty commonly traversed?
yeah, this is still pretty commonly traversed. This is less of a, like, you're in frontier country and more of a, like, bad part of the general area.
Okay.
Right? You aren't going to be running into any, like, real dead zones in terms of mana or anything like that in this point. Basically, once you start getting west, like a decent bit west of Detroit, that's when stuff starts to get rough.
Okay.
In that sense.
That's when people start to stop going out on those expeditions.
Right. And notably, Little Rock is pretty far out there. In terms of interesting nature things, there's plenty of stuff to take notes on. There's like what you would recognize as some old types of trees that are now bearing different types of fruit. Like, either some people have grafted things onto them, or they've naturally adapted and formed new weird hybrid species.
Okay.
You do see the occasional deer, just like regular ass deer,
Okay.
which
That's
are
kind of
fairly uncommon this far out. But yeah, you do see a couple of just deer, non-magical in any way, that seem to be doing just fine.
They're completely non-magical, as in, like, the mana.
Yes.
I'm not sensing any mana from them at all.
None whatsoever. I mean, you can't really tell just by looking at them, but you know, you had heard about and probably seen, at least on some basic expeditions, a couple of them. It's hard to tell just by looking which ones aren't.
Is there? If we stopped the car, would there be any way for me to get close to them?
Yeah, probably.
If you want to stop the car and check out this deer.
I mean, if they're completely non-magical, as far as I can tell, then yeah.
Alright.
Who's driving right now?
Anyway.
Manway, just a moment, if you could pull over for just
Yeah,
a
sure.
second.
Sure. What's up?
Well, there appear to be some completely non-magical, what looks like deer off in the clearing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you want to take a sample or a specimen, if you can?
Yeah, if possible, I'd like to take a quick sample.
Yeah. Sure. Just be careful. They're kind of flighty, and as well, you can't really use any, well, sleep spells or anything like that on them. But I don't think any of you guys are so inclined to begin with, right?
Right. Patton, you wouldn't happen to have any sort of knockout dart or quick death dart or anything like that?
Quick death dart. It's a little more sophisticated than that, but I believe I have something that can help us.
I got you quick death there right here. Saddle up, boys. We got us some nature to catch.
John, that won't be necessary. I do like my specimens in one piece. All right, I'm gonna ask Patton to see if he can get a shot on one of the deer.
So pull the car over and kind of like just off the side of the road, we see the
Yeah, it's staring at you, as deer tend to do. You know, like you see it a bit down below you in a little bit of a clearing off of the highway. Yeah, it looks like a decent-sized buck.
All right, I'm gonna kind of rummage around a bit. I'm gonna. I had my crossbow lying, you know, like on the floor or something inside the car. I didn't want to carry it on my back, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab that. I'm gonna kind of search around. You know, one of my satchels. It's not in there. Not in there. Set the doctor's bag down. Open it up. Kind of fish around. Here it is. Kind of tink it right in there. Take aim. This is Dr. Patton's patent-pending peaceful paralyzer. We'll shoot it right at the deer.
All right,
Nice.
Arcana check.
Wait, Arcana?
Oh,
Yeah,
all right. I got a +10 in Arcana.
yeah.
I got a 26.
26. It launches right into the thing, thunk, and it's standing up. It's looking at you. Thump.
Falls over.
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna go. Do the other ones run off?
Yeah.
Is this deer male or female?
No, it's a buck.
So it's got how many
points?
Yeah, how many points?
Oh, geez, some hunter is going to get mad at me. I don't know
Count the
shit
tips.
about that. Yeah.
I think it's like a 10.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
I mean, hey.
Well, I don't know that, but whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna saunter on up to it.
Yeah, I don't know when deer shed their antlers.
In fall?
Because this is April.
Yeah,
so
Yeah.
I don't imagine they would shed them in spring.
Yeah.
I mean, we got us a biologist in the group. You think he'd know?
I don't know anything about non-magical deer.
Okay, so I just Googled it because I have to fucking Google it. It wouldn't have any antlers. They would have fallen off by this point. Yes.
Okay. Well, so I'm gonna go up to it and first I'm going to extract some blood with a syringe.
Mhm. Yep.
So I'll just hand you a syringe.
Yeah. Then I'm going to check the mana field around it just intuitively.
Yeah.
Anything?
So
What am I
you're trying to. So what you're noticing is like based on. So roll me some nature for inspecting this thing.
All right.
Want me to roll it as well?
I have
Yeah,
plus
sure, if
12.
you wanna-
I have plus 12 in nature.
Yeah, if you wanna help out.
Step aside.
That is 20.
20 total.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll let you have this.
So, as you're inspecting it, what you notice is, ordinarily when you would be looking at a creature like this, you'd be able to figure out how it works, and it would make sense where its energy is coming from. You could kind of, sense that moving around and things like that. This feels more like you're dealing with a biological robot. Like this thing just feels weird.
So I have no idea
To
how
you.
it's alive.
I mean, you can kind of tell, but the thing is that you don't really know how it, you still don't really know how it lives without mana.
So
All
okay.
of its things are working, but you're not entirely sure how.
Well, all right. I guess I'm going to keep examining it. I'm going to take the blood sample and then let's see, what else do I want? I don't think I'm going to kill it. I'm not even sure how I would do that.
I was just about to ask, Elias, are you planning on killing the deer, or do you need anything more than its blood, or?
I think we'll.
I'm not sure what exactly you need.
I mean, I don't think he can open it up.
Would they have little nubs or something for horns?
What? Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, I mean, we could take a fur sample, a little bit of hoof.
Yeah.
Deers have hooves, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Uh,
they're ungulates or whatever.
yeah. So I'll take whatever
Alright, so
samples I can. I don't think I'm going to kill this
Yeah, I
one
mean,
right now.
there's no reason to kill the deer. So we'll go ahead and, get some horn bit, kind of
Yeah,
shave
yeah.
it off a little bit, get some fur, get some blood.
You
get a
have
bit of
successfully studied deer.
Cool.
deer sample.
Do do do
The
do.
journal
You
updated.
can now develop the deer shag.
Yes.
I don't.
Okay.
Get it.
So,
Football is a sport.
Go Packers.
other than that though, this thing just seems like, from our understanding, imagine if you saw a deer running around without a heart, right?
Right.
It was still perfectly capable of moving, but you basically just didn't feel a pulse from it. That's what this thing is like. This thing defies all of the rules that you've been taught.
Well, I'm gonna take a ton of notes on this.
Mhm.
And the weird thing is it's pristine, right? There's no.
Yeah.
It hasn't been affected by mana.
Oh no, it has been a little bit, from what you can tell. Like, it looks like, there's a little bit, you're looking around it, you feel some mana on it, but none in it.
That's really weird.
It's really peculiar that the old humans died pretty much instantaneously due to magic, but the wildlife hasn't.
Are you saying that in character?
Yes.
Manway is going to chime in. He's kind of standing over by the car. Elias, now would actually be a pretty good time for a theory of mine I wanted to bounce off of you.
Yes. Go right ahead.
So, I'm pretty certain, or at least I'm formulating, that mana to us and to other creatures has something to do directly with some form of capacity for intelligence.
I suppose, but
To put it this way, it seems to me, from what I've seen, that so you've seen these computers that they have, right?
yes.
Those transform electricity into code, into an executable action. Right? You type something into a computer and it does something. The alternative is just pure electricity, with no information built into it inherently.
I mean, I suppose. I don't really know much about electricity or computers, but it
Oh,
seems
yeah,
to
yeah,
follow.
sorry. I think that the energy that they work on is some form of, like, raw energy, and mana has purpose in some way. I don't quite know how. That would be your field of study. But mana kind of tells things what to do.
I can think of a few problems with that idea off the bat.
Yeah, right. I don't have much better to work with, though.
I think what we're going to need to see is creatures that have adapted from native, non-magical creatures into sort of magical hybrids to see how that interaction works. And I'm going to stand up from the deer and start heading back to the car.
Alright, so, you get back in the car. Is anybody else doing anything on the way there?
Oh, hey, Adel, I had a theory of my own, too. So, back where you guys came from, sounds like everything ran on mana, just like we do. Everything had mana, just like these creatures do here, except that one over there don't have no mana. Maybe we just can't detect it. Maybe they have an alternate mana. We just can't feel it because we ain't from here.
So you're suggesting that they have mana, but a different variant?
Yeah, something like that.
You'd think then that it would have some sort of interference with our mana, or if...
Well, no, actually, it does, though. They aren't receptive to standard magical spells and effects. That could be the case.
A neutral is different than a negative.
That's true.
If that were the case, we would expect some sort of interference from their, whatever you call it, alternate mana with our mana. But it seems that the interference only goes one way.
Right.
Well, I mean, I don't think we've ever dealt with an alternate kind of mana before, so I think it's
Anti-mana?
possible.
Are
Something
there
like
any
that?
records of magical use?
I mean,
Well,
I would need
it would
to...
be a different kind of
We would
magic.
need to requisition some highly, well, taboo texts from the Academy and perhaps from Red directly, but it's something to look into. After this trip, I'll look into that and get back to you. Because
There was
presumably
one
it's going to
place-
take you a lot longer than my trip.
There was one place that I read of back when I was doing my PI work down in the Southwest where they had a whole bunch of magic shows, and these humans paid a lot of money to go see them.
I believe... Nope. And he kind of looks over at you, kind of stops the car, grips the wheel. No, that's a completely different thing. I'm sorry, Elias. I'm going to rant for a bit. Is that okay?
This is one
Go
of the,
go for it.
This is one of the myths that Manway's already busted.
Yes. Look, I suppose you're the sort of person who still thinks that all of the random groups of 5 people who find some golden idol are actually worshipping some old deity. No. What you're talking about are magic tricks. And it's very interesting that humans had a conception of magic, and there are even records of elves that match our description, and of dragons, which is incredibly interesting. However, what you're talking about is simple optical illusions and sleight of hand, not actual magic.
I'm just gonna be kind of wide-eyed and just like
feels
slip
good,
back
doesn't it,
into my
Manway?
seat.
Manway's getting frustrated.
I'm sorry, but I apologize, but this is what I've had to deal with for the last 60 years.
He stopped the car and everything.
Yes! He wouldn't be able to drive straight in his blind rage. And he kind of
Alright.
starts driving again. But no, you see, there's plenty of misconceptions about these sort of things. People see the word magic in old human texts and constantly run up to my office to tell them about their amazing new discovery. I constantly have first-year students thinking that they're going to get an honorary PhD for finding some form of magic that old humans did when it was just like a wrist-mounted flamethrower that they just claim is magic. Or they bring me a tape of some escape artist busting out of a cage underwater for the 30th time. It's the same one, and they claim that he was a magician and he just teleported. I cannot count the number of times I've had to tell some wide-eyed student that they're actually an idiot.
Well, in their pursuit of knowledge to find the truth, I don't think anyone's truly an idiot.
I disagree, but let's agree
How
to
wrong
disagree.
You are.
You're talking to 2 very snooty elves.
I'm gonna like suddenly realize that I'm talking to elves and just kind of give up on it.
At this point, I think me and Manway would both simultaneously say, "Oh, there's no stupid questions."
Questions, right? No, there are stupid questions. Anyway, sorry. So anyway, would anybody like to put on some music, by any chance? This thing that Red has here is fairly nice, built-in stereo and everything. I think he has some CDs up here. He likes the retro stuff.
Radio stations wouldn't be active.
No, they are.
Oh, well, let's turn on the radio. Now here's
Yeah, so...
fantasy music.
No. So you start switching through, you actually hear Jeron's show for a second.
Hey!
We're not listening to this one.
Oh, okay.
Listen to some fantasy NPR.
Yeah. Yeah, you just... So, you're driving along, you turn on the radio, and then it starts kind of jarbling for a little bit. Kind of like taps at it, he turns up the volume a bit, turns down the volume a bit, turns the volume back up a bit. It's like, huh, that's weird, we just lost. And then you just hear blasting through the radio. Very low quality right now, but just blaring guitars. He just turns it down again. Oh, I think we're getting close. Oh, jeez, I think we're getting close. This is one of their stations.
Oh boy.
But yeah, this you do hear, the song kind of fades out. And you hear a guy just go, "All right, next person to call in gets to pick the next rotation." You kind of hear
Next rotation.
All right. All right.
Do we have a CB broadcaster in here?
What?
Well, I mean, we've got the radio.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not all radios broadcast.
What's the number? What's the frequency?
They aren't saying it. No.
Damn it. Wanted to call in.
All right. Looks like the Flash is ordering up some metal. Let's go. Click. And then you just hear, just blaring guitars. Incredibly loud, incredibly fast. He turns it down. Yeah, that's one of their stations. I don't think we're going to get much else.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
You like that?
It's got a feel to it.
Alright.
Just keep that quiet.
Okay. Here. You turn it up a bit. And you occasionally hear some interludes, but it doesn't look like they're being very professional about it or anything. They're just calling out, the DJ is just calling out for, people to make requests. They aren't getting aired or anything, and then they call out just like a random call sign like The Flash or like Rock Climber or Dragon Breath. And, Jeron would know that these are the call signs for the various trains. Each train crew has a call sign. So on their local network, like on their local radio network, they just know the frequency to dial in to make these requests. No.
Everybody's trying to call in to make a request. This is not going to happen, boys.
I want you to play that song that goes beep, beep, boop, boop, bop, boop, boop, beep.
Oh, I think you mean beep, boop, boop, bop, bop, beep, boop, beep.
Beep, boop, bop?
Beep, boop, beep, boop, bop.
Shut the fuck up.
Theater of the mind.